Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition, another Tuesday night with Melanie and your girl Emily. We are here on a mission for Mission Pro Wrestling. And as you can see by our lovely background that you can see down here and up here, Emily put up, we are here not only promoting Mission Pro Wrestling's upcoming show, October 23rd, Don't Fear the Reaper at Southern Star Brewery. We are also talking to Gigi Ray, who was with us in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I don't know about Emily, but that was my first time in Oklahoma. What did you think?
It was my first time in Oklahoma as well. And I really like Tulsa. Tulsa's like a really fun city.
It was great fun. I want to thank every single fan who came out in Tulsa and supported Mission Pro Wrestling. We weren't sure how it was going to go, our first official show outside of the state of Texas, but you guys welcomed us. You guys just came out and showed up, and we love it so much.
Yeah, if the fans were just Oh, go ahead, Melanie. Sorry, we're having some internet issues.
Oh yeah, no, I think I'm on a little bit of a delay. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I just want to say it was amazing. Thank you guys so much. If you guys watched the live stream where you were there live and in person, in the chat, drop us who your favorite match was, who was your breakout star, who you were most impressed by, who you loved meeting or seeing for the first time, maybe. Just drop it in the live chat right here. Ooh.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know. I mean, Melanie, it was such, leading up, there's always this anticipation before the show, right?
Absolutely.
When we open doors, we have people come in, we have fans, and there was fans coming from all over Texas, all over Oklahoma, I don't know if you heard anyone else from different states coming in. We had people fly in from Texas, and the energy was so incredible. And like, there wasn't a moment where the fans were not into it. And there was cheers. There was, depending on the match, you had people like cheers battling it out. Right. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. Yeah. I'm very thankful that I got to see it in person and that everyone was just, the fans were so supportive, and that was just amazing to see.
I think Brian was particularly fascinated with the gentleman working the front door, because I think it was him. So of course he's got like a lot of good things to say about that guy. I do want to point out that our next show after the October 23rd is going to be November 20th. November 20th, we'll be back at Southern Star Brewery, which, by the way, I got to bust out my props. Ta-da. And y'all guys saw the picture on my social media today of Thunder Rosa holding the giant can because she's so happy. Southern Star Brewery, guys. If you guys don't know, because a lot of people were asking about this last show, what VIP entails. VIP entails so much more than just front row seating, guys. Mm-hmm. It includes an autograph poster, limited edition autograph poster, because once they're gone, they're gone. We only do so many for VIPs, and that's it. Many of them they don't at all go up on our merch page at all. You get a limited edition merchandise item from Mission Pro Wrestling. So I believe in the past we've had koozies, we've had patches, we've had rally towels, we've had t-shirts, we've had face masks by the wonderful people at Respeta la Lucha. So just a lot of things. And then of course you also get a exclusive picture with everybody ringside. So you not only do you get early entrance, but with that early entrance, you get a picture ringside with the whole roster. So there's a lot that comes with VIP, a lot more than just a front row ticket. That's why it's so worth it.
It is so worth it. You all should do that. And we still have VIP tickets available for October 23rd, right, Melanie?
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So y'all need to get them. And, I know we're still announcing who might show up to Don't Fear the Reaper, but we have some exciting things in the works. And so get those VIP tickets. You can get those exclusive pictures and merch and, front row.
Yeah, we have a couple of debuts. debuts that just dropped, guys. If you guys don't know, check out our socials, but Willow Nightingale is going to debut for Mission Pro Wrestling. I believe this is her, and we'll talk to her maybe next week. I believe this might be her first time in Texas. We have Jody Threat coming out, guys. So that's another big debut for Mission Pro Wrestling. And then we've had a tag team just creep into our emails, wanting to take on the Renegade Twins. That's a bold request.
I mean, the Renegade Twins are not ones to mess with, so they have to be.
Yeah, so we happily obliged. So Bad and Bougie are coming. That's Catalina Perez and Lexi Gomez. I mean, if you look at them,
they look ready. They look ready.
They look bad and bougie. I'm excited to see that match.
Me too. I mean, they look ready to step up, you know? I mean, that's a big deal for, you know, for a tag team to step up and say, hey, we want to face the, you know, go after the Renegade Twins. Like, that's, I mean, they've been brutal in the past, so I'm intrigued to see what happens at Don't Fear the Reaper.
Yeah. So those are 3 big, huge debuts for Mission Pro Wrestling. I mean, and then on top of that, I'm wearing my costume because it's a costume contest. It's Halloween. So I'm bringing out my costume. It's going to be amazing.
Woo.
Don't get it dirty. That's rule 1. Don't get it dirty because it's white. Probably not good. But anyway.
Oh, intriguing.
But I am reading your comments, guys. And I love it. Skylar Slice. Yep, she was great. Misty Marks, this was her debut for Mission Pro Wrestling. This is only her 3rd match.
Yeah.
And she absolutely killed it.
Did amazing.
So amazing. She didn't get the win, but because Erica Torres, you know, the American Witch, she did a little trickery.
She kind of had that witchy, you know, zombie dust. I think she calls it zombie dust.
Yeah, she had her zombie dust. Threw it right into Misty's face. Go check out the match, guys. Everything's available on Title Match Network. Go check it out. Maddie absolutely threw everything she had at Thunder Rosa. She wanted that title. And it was awesome. I loved it a lot. Maddie Rinkowski versus Thunder Rosa for the Warrior Wrestling Championship belt. She was defending it. It was a killer match, guys. If you have not gone to see it, go see it. Thunder Rosa and Maddie it was a battle. It was a literal battle.
Such a battle. And I have to say that was one of the matches where the fans were very divided. You had Maddie and Thunder chants, and it was really interesting to see kind of where that division, where that division kind of landed.
Absolutely.
Oh man, but that makes it the best, right? When you're not sure which direction it's going. Oh, so much fun.
It was so good. But let me tell you about the chant that I really liked, guys. And that was the Mission Pro chant at the end. We really appreciate that. That means a lot to us. Thank you so much to everybody who was chanting Mission Pro during Thunder Rosa's closing speech. Mm-hmm. And one more time, I'm just going to say happy birthday to Danny B. She might have lost, but man, the hometown girl was showing a lot of love at the show on Sunday.
Yeah,
and
that was a great birthday. Great way to celebrate your birthday, even though she didn't get the win. Really, just incredible showing in the. Oh,
it was great.
Yeah, she's really amazing. Yeah, Ryan. Definitely, I'm looking for those Sour Patch Kids. For everyone. So I mean, I did share them with the locker room, Ryan. They all, like, I went back there, put them back there. They were open, and everyone got them.
But guys, I just want to say that our guest, Gigi Ray, she really stepped up her game in this show. This is her first show as an official member of the roster. And before you guys are like, wait, no. Her last match was an exhibition match because she was chosen from the Thunder Rosa seminar. So Sunday was her first official match as part of the roster, and she did amazing. We couldn't be prouder enough, for having her there. And so I let's get to know her is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let's get to know her.
Yeah, let's chat with her. So we're gonna welcome Gigi Ray on a mission because we love chatting with her. So welcome, Gigi.
Hi.
Hi, good to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see you guys as well. I know it's only been a couple days, so. But.
Yeah. I don't know. After that drive back, because you have a shorter drive than us. You're in Houston, is that correct?
I am in Houston. So for that show on Sunday in Tulsa, I left at about 4:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I met up with someone in Dallas, and then we drove the rest of the way. So yeah, and then we drove back the same night. So I got home probably just after like 3:30, 3:45 in the morning. And yeah, it was a long day, but it was so fun. It went by so fast. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was definitely a long day for a lot of people because we decided to drive back that night too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think it was like just under 8 hours, like one way. So
yeah, I mean to Austin it took about 8 hours to get back. So
okay, yeah, so same. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk a little bit about your background. So for those that don't know, you're not originally from Texas.
No, I'm not.
So just like, where are you from in Texas now?
Oh, sorry, it cut out again. Say a little bit. Just say that one more time.
Oh, no, just say, I just want to say, so where are you from originally and what brought you to Texas?
So originally I am from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm billed from Millwoods. Millwoods is like the neighborhood I'm from. So got to represent Millwoods. All my friends and family are from there. So yeah, I grew up in Edmonton. So for people that don't really know Canada that well, it's about 3 hours north of Calgary. And Calgary, of course, is very popular in the wrestling community with the Hart family and stuff like that. So I'm just north of Calgary. And then I started training for wrestling back in October 2019. And was training for about 3 months, had my first match in January of 2020 in Edmonton. And then had 3 matches, and then COVID happened and everything got shut down the following March. So then I probably didn't get back in. And then with restrictions and everything, it was so hard to get into a ring and train, and things were opening and things were closing. And, you know, just with your own personal feelings you had towards seeing people and whatnot, it was hard to get back in the ring. And so I think maybe by on and off training throughout that summer of 2020, or not even really. And then probably by the fall when restrictions had started to lift a little bit, I was able to get back into the ring. So I guess like technically I've been like training for about almost 2 years now this coming October. But then I knew too, the promotion that I was wrestling with back in Edmonton, they still haven't even ran any shows yet just because of COVID still. So I knew that like, I just wanted to wrestle, and I just wanted to do whatever I could to wrestle. And I always wanted to come to the States and try and do that. So I've been fortunate that I have a career outside of wrestling that allows me to work and travel. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go down to the States. I'm going to wrestle and see what can happen. So yeah, now I'm here. So it's so exciting.
Wow.
I love it.
So when did you make that big move to the States?
This past July. So I think July 2nd, I left Canada. I drove down. I think it took me like 3.5 days to drive here. And then, just been living in Houston by myself with my dog ever since, just trying to wrestle.
All right. So let's get the big question, but why Texas?
Texas, well, I knew that since I was going to be brand new in the country, I had to find like a good wrestling school to go to. And so I knew about Reality of Wrestling in Houston, Booker T school, and a lot of talented people have come out of that school. And I knew that if I went to Texas and I worked there, there were so many other promotions around just in the state alone. So if I could get my opportunity to work or to train and wrestle for Reality of Wrestling and then see where else that could take me, all within staying within the state of Texas.
Right.
And then also with my job too, like Texas, there's only 3 states I was allowed to go to, and Texas was one of them. So I was like, okay, that works out perfectly.
You were like, all right, Texas it is.
Yeah, it was a pretty easy decision for me, really. So
I love it. Okay, since coming to Texas, you're in Houston, which is like this big metropolis. First of all, traffic. That's the con. But the pro is that the food is amazing. I love Houston food. What was your go-to? Like, you're like, I have to try this once I'm in Houston.
Okay, I'm so bad. I'm like, I don't really know anyone here, so I don't have anyone to go to restaurants with or anything like that.
Oh
Okay,
my God.
Gigi, I'm driving down there. I'm gonna drive down there when it's not stormy, and we're gonna go to restaurants. But Melanie, you gotta let us know.
First of all, neither one of y'all should be driving anybody anywhere. You got a Californian over here and a Canadian over here. Neither one of y'all.
Melanie,
she just said I'm gonna drive down there when Houston is north of her. So
no, is it north or is it south? It's kind of like southeast, isn't it?
I think I'm east.
Oh my God.
East of, you're in Austin? I think I'm east of Austin.
Oh my
East.
God.
Isn't it east?
It is northeast of you.
Melanie, help me. Okay, well then,
Oh
Melanie,
my
you have
Lord.
to Melanie, you have to come help us then. You gotta come with us.
Good
You gotta
gravy.
You're gonna take us.
I mean,
Gigi, you gotta get out. Like, Houston has some of the best Mexican food, not even Tex-Mex, Mexican from Mexico food. And it also has a little an Asia town with like Korean and Thai and Japanese and Chinese
see, I don't
food.
know where any of that stuff is, and like I'm half Asian, and like I don't know where any of that. I literally go to work and I go to wrestling. Like that's like all I do. Because like you said, Houston is so big. I had no idea it was this big. So, and then with traffic, I literally, if I go to work and training, like to ROW on the same day, I spend just under 4 hours of driving because it takes me 45 minutes to get to work, an hour to drive home because traffic's so bad, an hour to drive to ROW, and then like 40 minutes home because there's no traffic at night. But yeah, I spend so much time driving.
Oh my Lord. There's also a bunch of
eating in my car a lot. I've been to Whataburger. That was like a new place that I hadn't seen before. And so I went to Whataburger and it's like, it's fine. Like,
yes,
it's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right. I didn't like it either.
I love French fries and like their fries they aren't it. So
Texans don't like me because I'm the Texan that was like, it's right. Like, it's cool.
Well, the sandwiches I've tried are actually pretty good, but like the fries are so bad. I'm like, I had it yesterday though. Like I bought it on my way home from work.
So I know usually we don't get to this question until the end, but we're talking about food, so I'm gonna throw it out there.
Yeah.
Because all of our fans like to know. Do you like pineapple on your pizza?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, Melanie, you heard it.
Having pineapple pizza is like probably one of my favorite after like pepperoni. But
okay, all right. So
I was going to ask you. Oh yeah, I was going to ask you what is your go-to pizza? Excuse me, I got allergies. What is your go-to pizza?
Probably like a double pepperoni, I think.
Ooh, double meat. Okay.
Double meat, yeah. Yeah, but I do like ham and pineapple a lot. That's good.
I'm not gonna even entertain that one. I'm not gonna even.
Maybe with a little bit of jalapenos on there, spice it up a bit.
Ooh, I like that.
I can do jalapenos. I can do pepperoni. You can leave the
No pineapple.
Yeah, Ryan, you heard it. Team pineapple all the way.
Team pineapple.
So we're getting t-shirts made. You're gonna get a Team Pineapple shirt. Melanie, you're on your own because you're anti-pineapple. Yep. So
I'm anti-pineapple, but I do want to know. So you're here in Texas. You're training. You're not eating all the good food, which I'm very upset about. But when you first came to Mission Pro Wrestling, you came as to the seminar, and I just wanted to get what was your thoughts entering the seminar process and everything like that at Mission Pro?
Yeah, I think for me it was just because I was so new to the area of Texas, and all I really knew of wrestling was just at ROW. But I knew because I have trained before, I knew I could be out on the indies wrestling already. And so I just was trying to find wherever else I could wrestle, if I could go to a seminar here or just try to network and kind of just get my feet a little bit more wet in the wrestling business around here. And so I literally just came up across it on an Instagram post. I didn't even know about Mission Pro Wrestling, you guys as a company, before I even came down here. And so I found that, and it was I I think I emailed about going to the seminar like 4 or 5 days right before it, because I was like, oh, I hope I can still get a spot to like go to this like seminar, because it was getting taught by Thunder Rosa, and of course like I've seen her on AEW, and so I was like, well, that's like literally an hour from like where I live, so I might as well go. And then there was the little note on there that like 2 people would get chosen to get added to the show, and of course like I wanted to have that opportunity, but I was totally okay if like that didn't happen at all, because I just wanted to learn. I'm just like, I just want to come and learn as much as I can and just try to become a better wrestler and just learn more about this business. And I was really thankful that I was chosen, and very grateful for that opportunity. And now I'm with you guys, and it's exciting. It's, you know, just kind of flowing with everything that's happening, and really appreciative of everything that's going on. So,
it was great. It was great having you, and it was great moment when they picked you for the seminar. You know, because from the seminar, excuse me, because you know, they were looking at everybody so like with fine tooth comb, because we want to make sure that you're ready. You know, as much as we love everybody coming out, it's all about preparedness for the person you're facing. You know, safety wise and stuff like that, which people don't sometimes realize. But what did you think of the locker room situation? Like the whole, like is this the first time like all women? You know, Ellie's helming the ship backstage.
And what's that? Sorry.
No, and Emily's like running the ship backstage. You know.
Oh yeah, it was. You know, to be honest, like it was a little intimidating, kind of coming into that environment, just because like I don't know anyone. Like I'm, and you know, like, you know, sometimes like, you know, girls can be like sometimes and stuff, but it was not like that at all. It was just so welcoming, and everyone was so kind, and just like the culture backstage with everyone just supporting everyone. And you could just tell that like everyone is just there to like have fun and to support one another, which was like a really nice vibe to be a part of, especially since I don't know anyone, and so I just want to try to make a good impression and be friendly with everyone. And and it just felt so natural being back there with everyone, which was really nice.
So like from my perspective, I felt like once you went back there, like I felt like, oh, you've been here forever. Like you've been here a million times before. Like it felt like such a natural fit. You know, you were caring about what was happening with other people, and like, you know, it's always very hectic backstage, right? And so you were very calm, collected. You had such poise, you know.
Well, thanks.
and so I wanted to hear, like, when you did the seminar, you were working with Thunder Rosa. What was that first moment like when you were like, oh my gosh, I have to work with Thunder Rosa. I have to talk to her. She's going to teach me everything she knows. What was that moment like?
Oh, I was nervous. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, just because I'm still so new to this business, and just, I was a little nervous. And then I saw a lot of the girls that were at the seminar were people that I saw that were already booked on the show, or I've seen them wrestle on AEW Dark. And so they all have so much experience. And so then that kind of like, you know, kind of makes you a little nervous, but like excited as well. And it felt good that I could wrestle with Thunder Rosa and wrestle with these other girls who've had these huge opportunities, and feel like I was keeping up with them, not by any means saying like I'm at their level or anything like that, but to see that like this is potentially people that I could be wrestling with someday. Absolutely. And so that felt really good. And it was really exciting. And I was really, really thankful that I got the opportunity to come and learn from her and meet everyone and become a part of Mission Pro. It's been really exciting.
I mean, we've been excited to have you, as you know. I mean, we brought you to Oklahoma with us because we knew that you would be a good fit for Mission Pro. Because like Brian said in the comments, you know, at Mission Pro, there's no attitudes, and there's also, we don't really put up with attitudes. That's a nice way of putting it. I mean, because there's no room for it. You know, everybody needs to work together. It's a sport of trust. Wrestling is, and Definitely. You need to be able to trust and talk to the person that you're wrestling, and attitudes just, they don't fit well. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, definitely.
But I wanna know. So you're at Mission Pro, you get picked to do the seminar, and now you have to, you know, now you're having to put your matches together and make your official kind of like debut. And you get put with Jazz right out the gate to work with her.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you just
I
tell
was
us,
dying about that too. I was just trying to like keep it all inside. I was like,
yeah, it's like you're on
Jazz, you know,
cloud
like,
nine. Yeah.
that's Jazz. And I was like,
I want to know, like, right before, I always ask this for everybody, like, right before you hear your music hit, you're walking through the curtain, like, what is the thing that goes through your mind?
oh, don't fall, don't trip. Just try to look cool.
Fact.
I don't know.
Fact.
Yeah, I am. I know I get a little nervous, but it's a good nervous, and I'm excited to be out there. Usually once I go through the curtain, I feel almost better right away. It's just that initial, like when you're backstage and stuff like that, you're kind of a little amped up. But then once you're out there, and the crowd was so good too, so that like helps like so much. And I remember like before our match, we're talking about the one in like Conroe, right? Like the
yes.
Okay. I remember backstage, I think it was you, Mel, you're saying, you know what, our crowd is always good. Like, just go out there and like have fun. And right away when I went out there, it's like, yeah, their energy was so, so, so good. And that helps so much. It just helps you like get rid of all those nerves and that comfort that it's like, you're kind of already over with the crowd because they're just excited to have you there. And that feels really good. Just to be able to relax.
And you feel like they're supporting you because they're cheering for you and excited to see you and clapping. Like, it's like their big hug of support, you know?
Yes, yes. That feels like really good because it's like, you know, some wrestling's kind of its own little world and culture, right? So some people just don't understand it and don't get it, and that's totally fine. And sometimes those people are at the shows. And so then it's just, now you have to try to balance that out and figure out what they're doing. But
yeah, well, you definitely don't have to worry about Mission Pro fans because they come out with their energy and excitement for everyone on a show. So it's
awesome.
It's incredible. And you got to experience that again this past weekend. Some Oklahoma Mission Pro fans.
I know. So now, I mean, not only can you work in Texas, you are officially licensed in Oklahoma. So
I am. I actually got my license in the mail like on Friday.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it was taking so long, and I was calling them, I was emailing them, and then finally one of my emails went through because I sent a couple that like didn't really get a response. And I just said again, I'm like, hey, like I applied for my license. I'm wrestling like on Sunday in Oklahoma. So I hope I can get it in time, or can I pick it up at like an office or something?
Yeah.
And so they were really good. They sent it in the mail and they sent me a picture of it as well through email. So so I did have my license with me, and then I was in the mail on Friday. So that was nice too. But yeah, it's kind of neat. It's like professional wrestler, Oklahoma.
I always think that is so cool. Like, I mean, now it says it. I mean, obviously you were already a professional wrestler before the card, but now it's like in the state of Oklahoma, you're official. You have your license and everything.
Yeah.
You're like,
so I feel like I have to go back there eventually, since like I'm a licensed wrestler in Oklahoma now. So
yeah, you should go back there.
Yeah.
There you go. You can hit up Skylar Slice, who was amazing out there. She runs Core Professional Wrestling. And like I said, I mentioned this a couple of times. She and I were messaging back and forth because just like you were messaging them, the license office, the commission in Oklahoma, instead of me messaging the commission, I was messaging her, checking up on everybody's license. So she had the roster, and she was checking up on everybody for me. And she was like, no, Gigi's good. Maddie needs this. They haven't received this. Can you ask Jasmine about this? And I was like, oh goodness. So big hats off to Skylar as well.
Yeah, she was awesome. Yeah. Everyone on the show was so amazing. If people watching this haven't watched the show yet, like, you have to go back and watch it. It was so good. I finally was able to get through the whole thing, like start to finish today. And yeah, everyone was just so good. It was so exciting to watch.
Yeah. Go watch it on Title Match Network, everyone, if you haven't. Or if you have watched it, watch it again.
Yeah.
Gigi, did you have a favorite match from this weekend? After watching
my match.
I mean, you had your match, but like outside your match.
Outside of it, I was able to watch most of Maddie and Thunder Rosa, and they just tore it down. They did so good. And then I was trying to like being backstage, I was trying to like peek out every now and then to like see whoever. But when I watched it back, like Danny B and Jasmine, they just killed it. They were so good. And then just the energy, all the energy there for Danny B. And she's such a sweetheart. And to have moments like that in Oklahoma where she's from, it was, what a nice story. Like, it was so like heartwarming.
I know. I think we all love that moment. And it was her birthday. And it was amazing thank you, Melanie, for making her birthday super special. That
the
day.
fans did. The fans.
Well,
were
you started the birthday.
No, that was all the fans. The fans went out there. I just sang along. I just chimed in, but the fans started.
You were pretty.
The fans that started it, so I jumped in and was like, "Hey, I want to sing Happy Birthday too."
Yeah, it was so nice. Probably that match, Jasmine and Danny B and Maddie and Thunder Rosa were both just so good.
So let me ask you: do you always go back and watch your matches or watch the shows that you're on?
Yeah, just because it's like I'm still like new to like wrestling, so I want to know what I look like in there, and if if that looked cool, or if I got to like adjust this a little bit, or I think that's like how you learn how to get better, right? You have to. It's like I was an athlete my whole entire life, so it's like I played basketball, so it's like after a game you would go back and watch game tape and like see what you did, see how you can improve, and I think that's. I don't know. I think that's a normal thing for athletes to do, is kind of to go back and like kind of like study their work and see how they're doing. So yeah, I usually go. It's like I remember the first time I watched one of my matches back. I was so embarrassed. I think I was watching it by myself, but it's just weird like watching you wrestle for like the first time.
Yeah.
But now I like look at it with like a different eye of just like more of trying to critique and try to improve.
Do you go and watch other people's matches as well? And if you do, whose matches do you look at?
So I've been starting to watch more of like just some of the girls who are around here in Texas. Like, since I am training at RW, I went and watched like some of Roxy's matches and some of like Rachel Rose's matches. And I've been able to like wrestle and like train with Rachel Rose a little bit, which has been really awesome. And she's doing like so amazing at ROW right now. She's their women's champ. And so just I tried to look up a little bit of Alejandra Lyon before our match, and same with Nova. Just trying to learn about them and see like who I can wrestle with and have that potential with. And so I'm still like so new here, so I'm still like trying to like learn everyone and watch their stuff that's available. I feel bad because like no one really knows me, so no one can really like.
But they will. That's our point. They will.
They're gonna know. They're gonna know. Sorry, my cat is like all over me right now. She's like, so how was it? You've had singles matches, but how was it going into a triple threat match? Because that's a whole other ball game.
I was nervous. I was nervous just because I didn't really know what to expect, and because I was wrestling two people I've never met before either. I knew they did have a lot more years of experience than me, so I really kind of just banked on that to help them just guide me and like carry me through, and kind of just followed like their leadership. So yeah, it was good. It was nerve-wracking, but I think we put on a pretty good show. And I mean, they kind of ganged up on me a little bit, and so
they did.
I feel like I have to.
They did a little bit.
Let me ask you: Is this the first triple threat you've been a part of so far?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Nice. So here's my other question. Alejandra Lyon has claws. I don't know if you saw her nails, but she's got claws.
Yeah.
Were you able to avoid them? Because I think she might have gotten you a couple times.
I think she got you, right?
I think she might have too. But yeah, I definitely saw them, and I was definitely a little nervous about them. But yeah, but she's so great. I really enjoyed wrestling her.
I've always had a question for her, and I need to get her on this show so we can ask her. It's like, how do you wrestle with those? I can't even like tie my shoes with long nails, and she's there wrestling. I don't get it.
No, I can't. I type like this when I have.
I just like I can't function like with nails. Like my nails are always cut short, and like I don't know how people do it. Like I don't know how you text. How you do anything with like nails.
I love it. So we saw you do some jump off the top rope and stuff like that. So what would you say is your signature move, though, and not just your signature move, but what's the move that you're working on right now that maybe we can see debut later on down the line?
So some of my matches, like back at home, I did like a flying arm bar. So I'm kind of been working on that. I did that blockbuster off the second rope, which was fun. I wanted to do it off the top, but that roof didn't really give me the clearance to do that.
No. Maybe
yeah,
you were
I was going up there and I was like, oh, this is a little shallow. I probably shouldn't flip off of this right now.
Yeah, not a good idea.
Yeah.
Are you trying to incorporate more lucha or top rope or anything into your style?
A lot more top rope stuff. I was working on some stuff at home, so I'm hoping the more matches I have, I can start busting out some more of those top rope moves. I do really like the lucha style as well. Like Eddie Guerrero's one of my favorite wrestlers, so just watching him all the time and just seeing them, all the things they can do, I think is so amazing. So yeah, maybe a bit of both of that. The submissions as well. I really like the Japanese style of wrestling as well. Okay. And so yeah, kind of trying to mix all of that together, I guess.
I think
Gigi Ray.
Obviously I'm not a wrestler. I'm around wrestlers, but I'm not a wrestler. But do you find there's more hybrid style of wrestling now as opposed to somebody just doing straight, I'm a strong style, I am a lucha style, I am an American style?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely. And I think like the more things that you can kind of like tap into and kind of perfect and kind of make it your own, I think is great. To have kind of all that mix. And then like the crowd doesn't really know what to expect, right? When you can do the American style and the Japanese style and Mexican style kind of like together, I think or the powerhouse style, like Nova is strong. Like that girl like launched me across the ring. Yeah. And no, like I'm not very big, so it's like I wish I kind of have a few power moves, but I don't know if I could do them to like her.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, you got to be like Jordan Grace, and you got to be like benching 250. Come on.
Yeah, you got to bench.
Yeah. So I'm trying to attack from different angles, and yeah.
Absolutely.
So lots of people are throwing some matches in the chat. We have you versus Danny B. We have you versus Alex Gracia.
That'd be really cool. Both of those girls, that's super into that.
Yeah. So Brian's asking, who would you like to face at Mission Pro Wrestling?
I can pick anyone.
Anyone. Yeah. Anyone.
Honestly, it's like I will wrestle anyone. If you want to wrestle me, I want to wrestle you. So it's like I do want to get back at Alejandra Lyon and Nova for teaming up on me like that though. So if I can go one-on-one with one of them to kind of show them that like, hey, I'm here to stay and you can't just team up on me and get the pin on me and get away with it. So
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. They have to watch out.
I do want to say too, I love your look because that's the one thing at Mission Pro. Nobody has really the same look. And you've got this like when you come out with the hat, but like I know Killa Kate has a hat, guys. I know because somebody said they would like to see you against Killa Kate. But she's got a different vibe than you do. You know what I mean?
Battle of the hats.
Dude. But Kate's got her own hat, so.
Oh, does she? Okay, so.
She does. She's got the KK backwards.
That's pretty cool. I only got 8x10s. I'm trying to figure out something I can do with merch, but it's in the works.
There you go, guys. You can't get 8x10s, NC. Yeah. Somebody was asking where they can get 8x10s.
Get some merch.
Yeah, I don't know. They're just in my bag right now, but if you want one, you can message me and I'll give you one.
But yeah, I love your look. Nobody has the same look at Mission Pro. You're very much, you come out and, you're coming out to, is it hip hop? Like, you're coming out to hip hop. You're coming out with the hat. You got your little jacket on. You're dancing around.
Well, I got my jacket back. I lost it after the first show.
Oh yeah.
You didn't lose it. You didn't lose it.
Did lose it.
You left it. You left it behind.
I did leave it, and then I was devastated. And because I think I had messaged you, Mel, like a couple days later, like, "Hey, I can't find. I left my jacket. Blah 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 blah." And then you're like, "Oh, Emily probably has it." So I messaged Emily, and I'm like, "Oh, this is Gigi. I don't know if you remember me from the show." And I'm so embarrassed. And she doesn't have it, and I'm like, "Oh, great, my jacket's gone." And like it means a lot to me. It was my first wrestling jacket, and it has sentimental value, and I was so sad. And then knowing I was going to wrestle,
and then
I know Thunder Rose had it this whole time. Yeah, so we're backstage and she's like, whose jacket is this? And I was like, oh, that's mine.
Because I remember.
She was like, I have had this, Melanie, I have had this jacket in my house for like 2 months. And I was like, oh, I know.
And I wasn't about to like message Thunder Rosa to be like, hey, this is Gigi from the seminar. Do you have my jacket? Like, I was just like, okay, it's gone. Like, whatever, it's fine. But I was so happy I had it back. And then like, I think especially with like coming out, I don't know, to have my jacket back, it just felt like Gigi, right? That I had it because I was prepared to go out there with like nothing. I've never done that before, just going out like in my gear without like my hat, without my jacket. So yeah, it was really nice to get my jacket back.
I'm glad that all the pieces came together.
Yeah, I totally did.
Absolutely.
But
so
it's a fun story that Thunder Rosa had my jacket for 2 months that I was.
I know. I found other gear that that I held on to as well. And then so when you reached out to me, I was like, wait, I have someone else's, not yours.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second.
I know both Ladybird and I left our gear there.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna name names, but
sorry. Her and I school. We drove up to Tulsa together. We're buds. So
I know. Let's talk about like the friendship that is like bonded you guys. So you both had your exhibition matches after the seminar. You guys were chosen for the seminar. You had your exhibition matches. And then now you guys got to go to Oklahoma together.
Yeah.
So how is that, like, you're all bonded now? So how has that like friendship flourished for you guys?
Oh, it's really nice. It's nice because so we started off at that seminar. That's where we met, got picked to have that match together, and then of course we kind of just kept in contact. And then when I found out that you guys wanted me to come back for the Tulsa show, I think a couple days later, I think I just saw that she was on the OKC Taco Fest poster. Both of us were on it, so I was like, oh, like Ladybird's going. So we started chatting again and drove up together. She's in Austin, I'm in Houston, so we met in Dallas and drove up. And yeah, we just vibe so well. It's been really nice because we're both still pretty new in this wrestling journey, both her and I. She's only been training for like a few months, and she's just like phenomenal for like the couple months that she's been training, and has been having a lot of matches. So she's been doing really good. And I hope we talked that like hopefully we'll get to train and wrestle with each other going up, maybe at Mission Pro, wherever. So she's been awesome, and it's nice to like I don't know, have like girlfriends that like wrestling too. Because like growing up, it's like mostly like guys that like wrestling, and it's nice to just be around women that enjoy wrestling as much as I do.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And Ryan actually has a question: do wrestlers' belongings go home or get left behind often?
I think that's more you and I question, Melanie, right?
Yeah. Well, that was the only time I've left something. Usually I always grab my stuff, but just that one time I didn't.
I will say this, makeup has gotten left behind. I mean, you're in a rush trying to put stuff together. Yeah. I don't keep used makeup, so if I can't find the owner, it does go in the trash. No. I'm sad to say. But I do have a new curling iron. I never found the owner for it.
That's true. I was going to say that most of the time gear and stuff doesn't get left behind, except for Gigi. But Lady Bird. But usually it is like beauty items. It's like curling irons or hair straighteners or makeup, you know, little things of makeup, mascara, you know, stuff like that. But I have seen shoes left. I was like, how do you leave without shoes?
Somebody's boots were left behind.
I can understand that because I always bring a pair of shoes, and I bring a pair of like slips, like sandals. Mm-hmm. So I just found my shoes in the trunk of my car. I forgot I put them there. So it's easily something I could have left.
At least they're in the trunk of your car, right?
At least they're in the trunk of my car.
Not mine.
And then Brian, going back to who would you like to face? He wants to know Holodead or Genocide.
Oh,
okay. That was someone I wanted to say before. Either one, but like Genocide is like wild. Like that girl is like, I didn't get to see much of Holodead's match. I think I did. Either way, like both those girls are just like, they're so strong and they're so amazing, and they just really, really stand out. And I think I would love to have a match with either one of those girls. So if that could happen, that'd be super cool.
I don't know. I feel like Holodead would be scary and kill you, and Genocide would just kill you. I like you so much.
Melanie's keeping it like
You have no
straight
faith in
here.
What is a robot?
Hey,
an
as long as
indestructible
we have a
robot?
high enough roof, I think I can.
Yeah, I mean, she could do
That's
some
true. I
got some
flips,
moves.
and yeah, she has
all
moves.
right.
She could knock a robot down.
Yeah.
It's fine. She could do
Did
it.
we
As long as I can
forget
get it to that top rope without my head going through the ceiling.
Did we forget that Holodead came through the curtain with a bayonet? A bayonet. A very sharp
That is true.
instrument.
That is true.
I did,
She does love her knives, and apparently fans like to give knives, which is
Hey, I'm
not
from Mill
appropriate.
Woods. Like, we had plenty of gang violence up there, okay? I can handle my own, all right?
Oh my goodness. All right, wait, so what weapon would you bring to the ring if you had to face Holodead?
Oh, good one.
You know, this is quite fitting for Halloween.
Yeah, see?
What, she likes knives? That's her thing?
She has a big collection.
Yeah.
Okay, like, I want to say it, but like, I don't know. I don't know if it's appropriate.
No, now you have to say it.
Oh, now you have to say it. You can't just drop it and then not say it.
Well, like, there's no like gun laws in Texas.
Fair. It's fair.
Who's
game.
bringing a knife to a gunfight, you guys? Like, come on.
Fair game.
Yeah.
You don't even need a license. Just
You don't even need a license.
fight.
Well, it's crazy. Like, because most people I know, I just know either from like wrestling or people I work with. And this one lady, she was just telling me all the time about how she just went and got a gun. She doesn't need a license. She got to protect herself because people are crazy. And I'm just like, I'm probably not gonna get a gun. Like, I just won't.
Yeah.
We're not advocating people.
No, we're not
bring
advocating
anything.
anything. I'm just saying.
So I thought you would say like a kendo stick or something. I thought you would. I didn't know you were going to go that far.
I guess that probably would have made more sense.
I thought like you would say, "Oh yeah, let me get a chair, a table."
But it's only because I just had a conversation like last week with someone about guns, I guess.
Good, valid.
Wow.
So there's someone in the chat that wants to know about
I'm like so embarrassed right now. Like, oh
don't
my God.
be. We're gonna move on to some other questions. I was the one that dug myself into a hole.
I shouldn't have said it. Whatever. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I offended anyone, but
We're
good.
Texas.
I'm in
We're all-
Texas. What do you expect?
We're good. Where did the origination of Gigi Ray come from? The name, is it your true name, or is there like some
a little bit
behind
a little bit? So a lot of, I don't know. Well, my real name's like on my Instagram, but so a lot of people just call me G already. And then I had heard that like for a wrestling name, it's good to have it to be like 3 syllables because it's easy to chant.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
So I was trying to figure out names that are 3 syllables. And so then I went with Gigi. I have an aunt. Her name is Auntie Gigi. So it was kind of like a nod to her. And then because people already call me G. And then Ray, I had just finished watching like the new Star Wars like series. And I thought Ray was just such a badass character. She was just so amazing. And then she spelled it the same way as like Rey Mysterio does. So I was like, oh, it's like something I'm into right now and wrestling. So I just put it all together. And then it was 3 syllables. And yeah.
That's a great, I love that. That's a great story.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have another question. What from Backbreaker Media, what do you find as the biggest difference in the people you work with in the States compared to those you started with in Canada? And then he says hi, by the way.
Oh, I know. That's Mike. He's great. Okay, the biggest difference between the people I worked with, is that what it was? Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
From,
here, I'll put it back
here
up.
in the States. Yeah, here in the States compared with those in Canada.
I don't know. I wouldn't, to be honest, I wouldn't say it's like too much of a difference because it's like the girls and guys I worked with in Canada, everyone's so good and everyone just wants to make everyone better. And that's kind of the same here. That's the same vibe that I've gotten from the people around here, is that like everyone just loves wrestling and they just want everyone to improve and get better. And it's like the better you do in the ring, the better I do in the ring. And yeah, kind of like you said earlier, it's about trusting one another. And I've never been in a situation yet where I didn't trust who I was in the ring with. And I hope they feel the same way with me. And I know I'm still fairly new, but I'm always like open to talk with them to make sure they feel safe, make sure I feel safe. And yeah, so I've had only good experiences so far in wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. It's so important to have open communication when you're about to go into a match. What has been like your biggest, because you just recently moved here July, right? So it's like you're still kind of adjusting to the wrestling world, to kind of being here in the States. What has been like some of your biggest learning moments so far?
Learning moments, I think just sorry, excuse me, on a personal level, just kind of pushing myself out of my comfort zone. All my friends and family are back in Canada, and I'm the only one here. And so kind of just learning more about myself and what I'm capable of, and where I need to take a break, and where I can like push myself a little bit further, and kind of just listening to myself. And I've like, at first I was like, oh, you know, it's pretty similar. Nothing's too different. But now that I've been here for a couple of months, there's like some words we use in Canada that people don't use here in the States.
Yeah.
And so I get teased a little bit about like, sometimes I talk with an accent, or sometimes I don't, or sometimes they can tell I'm Canadian the way I say sorry, or how often I say sorry.
Oh yeah, that's a good giveaway.
That definitely is. I could tell like a little bit. And how's your family like reaction when you said like, hey, I'm going to move to the States? Have they been supportive? Have they been? I hope they can watch your matches.
Yeah. So that's actually kind of a funny story too. So I don't think I have my parents and my brothers. I have 2 older brothers. None of them have ever actually seen me wrestle live, but they've seen a lot of my matches. And I actually didn't tell my mom that I was wrestling until I moved here. And so I was already wrestling and already had matches in Canada for like almost a year and a half at that point. Like I haven't had many matches. Like this past weekend was only my 7th match. But I never told her I was wrestling, because a long time ago my brother wanted to wrestle and she didn't like it and made him quit. And I didn't want her to stop me. So I'm like, I'm not going to tell her. And so then I moved down here. She helped me move down here. She came with me. And so I had to tell her. So I told her, and then and she's actually been really supportive of it now. I think obviously like she's a mom, so she's scared about like me getting hurt or stuff like that. And I understand, but I know she's into it now, and she'll always ask me, make sure I'm okay, but she's into it now. But but I know all my friends and family back at home support me, and they're always checking in on me, which has been really nice. And I still talk to the people that I trained with back at home quite often, well, as often as I can. And I miss them a lot. So if any of them are watching, I miss you guys.
Oh, I love that. I know it's hard. It's also a culture shock going, not just from, it's not just going from one country to another, but you're coming to Texas, which is almost like a country in itself.
Yeah.
I mean, Texas is so different. Houston is so big. Houston's crazy. The traffic is crazy. But like I said, there's a lot of good parts about Houston. You just got to like venture out a little bit,
Yeah.
Like Kima's beautiful. The Kima boardwalk is nice. Galveston Beach. That's all really nice. You just gotta, but it's harder, moving solo. I moved solo across the country as well. So I definitely feel where you're coming from.
I can definitely relate. All my family's back in Los Angeles. So I mean, it's not as far, but I definitely feel it. You do feel it. You're like, oh, I'm missing out on holidays and birthdays, and so it can be tough, but that's why you find other friends in the industry that you're working in, right?
And it's been
Lady
really
Bird
awesome.
Monroe, and
yes,
you have us, because Mission Pro is always a family. So
yes,
we will. If you need to go to Buc-ee's, we will be there. We will do it.
I've driven past many Buc-ee's now.
Yes. I do love my Buc-ee's stop, but don't catch me at 3 a.m. at the Buc-ee's. So the past 2 times I've stopped at Buc-ee's, I've spent way too much money. First time I came home with a stuffed frozen chicken. Even my husband was like, you bought a frozen chicken at Buc-ee's. I was like, yeah, but it's stuffed with like Cajun black. It's like with dirty rice and sausage. I was like, yeah, I know. I shouldn't have. It was actually really good.
Good. That's all that matters. Good. As long as it was good.
It was amazing. This past time, I bought everybody matching shirts, Halloween Buc-ee shirts, and I bought my 3 kids matching Halloween Buc-ee's pants with matching socks, so they have the full outfit.
A whole
So
Buc-ee outfit.
I saw those
Not
outfits.
okay.
I saw those outfits on the way to Oklahoma, and I was gonna buy a full matching outfit. No joke, because I loved them so much.
Yeah. My kids got the full outfit. I just got my husband and I the shirts. We got black pants, but yeah, not okay. But I still did it anyway. I was like, what the hell? It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Whatever. I just need to keep driving next time.
Oh my goodness.
But Gigi, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really had a great time and getting to know you, and we can't wait to get to know you a little bit more. And also, if you're in the area on October 23rd, La Rosa Negra is going to be hosting her seminar. This will be the first one she hosts with Mission Pro Texas. So La Rosa Negra, the champ of Mission Pro, is going to be hosting her very first seminar with us. So if you're in the area, come on by.
Awesome. I will. Thank you so much for having me. It was really nice chatting with you guys.
Right.
And
yeah, great to
letting
see
you guys get to know me a little bit better. So
absolutely. Drop your socials for everybody so they can follow you.
I'm on Instagram and Twitter. It's Gigi Wrestling on both of them. Not on Facebook. I'm just on those two platforms. So yeah, you can check me out on there.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a great night and a great rest of the week.
Okay, you guys too. Bye.
Be well. Bye.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. I love talking to her, getting to know her. Sometimes at shows, you just don't get enough time to talk to people that are there.
I know. She's amazing. I'm so happy we got to hear a little bit more about her family and story and what she's up to. And I know she's so incredible. She impresses me every time I see her wrestle, every time I talk to her. I'm so happy she's a part of Mission Pro.
Absolutely. And, you know, Mission Pro, we are a family, guys. So if you guys haven't seen it, please go seek it out on our social media. Jasmine Allure's mom is battling breast cancer in Mexico City right now. And because of COVID, because of travel, because of restrictions, Jasmine is here in the States. Her mom is in Mexico City. She can't go back and forth to see her. But we started a GoFundMe because Jasmine is working her tail off, trying to support her family over there, help pay for the treatments while she's here in the United States. And we never want her to choose between wrestling and work. So this is what we're doing. We set up the GoFundMe so she can live out her dream of wrestling and still support her family because, you know, you shouldn't have to choose. You shouldn't have to give up on your dream.
No,
but we wish her mom the best. She had surgery this past weekend. She's doing great, but she's still not out of the woods.
Yeah, I know it's such a tough situation to go through. Jasmine is so strong and, you know, is helping her family get through this and her mom and anything. So I put the link to the GoFundMe in the chat. It's also on our socials in the bio section. So you can click on that. It's easily accessible. And right now we've raised over $3,000. And that's all from fans and, family and friends of Jasmine. And like, we cannot thank you all enough for supporting. Even $5 will help Jasmine and her family right now.
Absolutely. And big shout out to Steve Leonard. He's one of the sponsors of Mission Pro Wrestling. He donated to Jasmine this weekend in person. And our lovely and very humble Brian Rosa also, we took some of the money and donated it to Jasmine as well, just so that she's not. You never want to be worried about money. That's one of the things that can weigh heavily on your mind. It plays into your mental state, your physical state, emotional state, and we never want her to ever have to worry about that. So we're taking care of our family. We're taking care of Jasmine. So please, guys, go support and donate. Even $5 if you can. Also, going back on a lighter note, that we will be hosting a seminar at the Southern Star Brewery on October 23rd. So be looking out for the flyer. Hopefully all of our wrestlers in the Texas area, because La Rosa Negra does not host seminars in Texas at all. This will be the first one with Mission Pro at Southern Star Brewery. Time to learn from the absolute best.
That's going to be so exciting to have that. So yeah, we'll drop the flyer once on all of the socials. So yeah, you're going to want to sign up for that. And then is it the same, Melanie, the 2 participants of that seminar?
That's right. 2 participants of that seminar will be chosen for the show. So another exhibition match. Guys, exhibition matches, this is what they're for, to see new talent, to see new people. That's how we got Gigi Ray. That's how we got Lady Bird Monroe. Who knows what other talent is out there that we may get to see. So exciting. The flyer for Don't Fear the Reaper drops tomorrow, so you guys get to see everybody that's going to be on the show. So be looking for it on the socials. Also, go head over to Thunder Rosa's Twitter. I don't know if you guys saw, but she's at Dave LaGreca's house. That is not okay. Go check it out.
Wait.
She's petting his dog. She's hanging out with his wife. I don't think she was invited. Go check her out on Twitter and on Instagram at Thunder Rosa 22. Go check her out.
But Melanie, she's best friends with his wife now, so it's fine.
Not okay. Not unless she brings me some pierogies, because I really want to try.
I mean, I want pierogies too. Wait, can she bring us both pierogies?
I hope so. Is
that okay?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That's just some greediness if she doesn't.
I had authentic pierogies in Russia, so so I feel like I need a palate reminder of how delicious those are.
I have not, but I want them anyway. But thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah.
To go over to Thunder Rosa at Thunder Rosa 2 on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Her shenanigans with Dave LaGreca, and tune in to Bust It Open tomorrow, because you know David is going to be on a rant about this. That's his dog. That's his wife. That's his house. Go check it out. At Thunder Rosa 22, Dave LaGreca. I send him all my love and support. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about that.
All right, Melanie. Thank you all so much for joining On a Mission. I'm not talking to Melanie anymore, but you can follow. Where can people follow you on your socials and all your Dave LaGreca love?
You can follow me at TCB in LA on Twitter. I'm on Facebook at right there, TCBTX Melanie. And on Instagram, I am TCBTX_photography. Go find me, guys.
Yes, and book her for all of your photography needs. She's amazing. So go do that. And if you all want to follow me on all my social platforms, follow me right there, Emily May Heller. And thank you all so much for joining us again for On a Mission. And we will see you again next week, and we'll announce our special guest shortly. So
absolutely.
Thank you all so much, and see you next week. Bye, guys. Good night, everyone.